And now to talk more about what we learned from this year's G20 Summit in Rio, I'm joined by Isabela Cruz. She's a reporter at the Brazilian Report. Hi there, Isabela. Welcome to the show.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Yes.
Very glad to be here.
Well, we are very glad. Lots to talk about. Isabela, on the final day, there was so much focus on sustainable development, clean energy transition. But are we seeing the financial commitments to this and how it might possibly shape the energy markets?
Well, the final declaration reiterated the need to finance energy transition, including biofuels, and the need to end subsidies to fossil fuels, although not mentioning the need to transit out of fossil fuels, as they have mentioned in the COP28. Besides that, before the summit, Brazil and China launched the Alliance for Innovation and Technological Sharing in the electricity sector, in an event organized by State Grid. So the Alliance has already defined as one of its missions the sending of a technical mission of Brazilian experts to China focused on high transmission capacity technologies. And more than that, the Brazilian Development Bank and the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank signed a memorandum for the provision of $3 billion from the Asian Bank to the Brazilian Bank for investments in Brazil in areas such as energy, water, and sanitation. So many investments to come.
Right, so not just words, but already action that we're seeing. Now, the UN's upcoming climate summit in Azerbaijan was hoping for some positive signals to emerge from the G20 to help boost the talks there. Did it get that boost it was looking for, do you think?
Well, there was a boost, although some expectations were kind of transferred to other forums, such as the COP29 ongoing in Azerbaijan regarding climate change, climate finance, for example. But for sure, more than the summit itself, the bilateral meetings are also very important and reached many agreements. Tomorrow we'll have Xi Jinping in Brasilia, as you mentioned before, and for sure many agreements are already in the agenda to be signed.
Isabela, ending global hunger and poverty was a key platform for host nation Brazil. Can you tell us more about that and what the response has been like by the other members?
Well, the anti-poverty agenda was certainly the biggest result of the G20 this year with the launch of this alliance. And this is in line with the United Nations agenda for 2030. I must say that the alliance will focus not on creating new sources, but on better allocating the money already available for this matter, and on sharing expertise in public policies. For sure, this will be a great opportunity for China and for Brazil. And these public policies may range from income transfers to school meals, so they are broad options in this regard. The initiative was pre-launched in July and already has the support of more than 80 countries, in addition to dozens of government and civil society organizations.
Right.
And if I may do a correction, before you asked me about the taxation of billionaires, right? I didn't hear you well. So if I may just add a point on that, I think that could be useful.
Sure. We just have about 30 seconds left, Isabela. And I just wanted to quickly ask, because China
Okay.
is... Oh. Yep, China is spearheading a host of efforts in green and sustainable development. We heard you report earlier that it signed some deals already with Brazil, but has China been able to use its clout to encourage other member nations of the G20 to do the same?
China has many initiatives regarding combating poverty. I would highlight its role in discussing food losses in the Global Alliance. It was a very important topic, and more than that, China aims to create a research center for the Global South, and this for sure will be very important to actions regarding combating poverty and food security.
All right, Isabela Cruz from the Brazilian Report, thank you so much for your thoughts. We appreciate it.